Today I'm announcing the July 4th Las Vegas Group Bootcamp. Now, if you don't know, these are the group boot camps, where I only do them 2 or 3 times a year, but they're worth paying attention to because they're half off from my normal boot camps. So they're affordable for pretty much anyone, whereas sometimes, price is the biggest obstacle for a lot of people not to be able to take a boot camp. Now, you might be thinking that you're going to get a lot less value than a normal boot camp. Well, that's not the case because I do these on holidays like Halloween, New Year's, July 4th, and the only thing that could be seen as a negative is that there are 5 clients instead of the usual 3 clients. But I also do double the coaching. So it's 8 hours per day, every day for 3 days. That's 24 hours of coaching with me. One of my most recent clients from a group boot camp, literally, this guy, by the way, was in his late 30s. He lost his virginity a month after the boot camp. And he recently slept with a second girl already a few weeks later. Now, if you're someone who's stuck at the point where you're kind of like, you're dipping your feet in the water, but you haven't been able to dive all the way in. So maybe you go out every once in a while, maybe you never go out, but maybe you do approaches here and there, but it's not enough to really culminate into anything. You're not reaching critical mass, you're not reaching the snowball effect where you actually start getting results, where you actually start getting dates, you actually pull a girl that you find very attractive and hook up with her. You're not getting out of scarcity and into abundance and you feel stuck. The easiest and fastest way to change that is with a boot camp, and even more so, a group boot camp, because you're going to get 8 hours a day with me. And no matter how bad your approach anxiety is, no matter how bad your mindset is to start, because multiple virgins have lost their virginity thanks to boot camps, and you can't imagine someone whose mindset is farther behind, right, who has a worse mindset than a virgin in their 30s. If they're able to have success wherever you are, you'll be able to find success too. I'm going to push you through any approach anxiety you have. I'm going to make sure that your approaches are committed and no longer half-assed. I'm going to get you to a point where you're not rejecting yourself, you're getting the fuck yes or fuck no. Where if the girl does like you at all, you're going to make something happen. And if she doesn't, you're going to get the real rejection, which is something so many guys struggle with. They just kind of half-ass everything in the game. And having a coach who knows what he's doing, who's coached hundreds of men in person and had crazy results. I'll link dozens of video testimonials below so you can see that there have been not only guys who've lost their virginity, but there's also guys who found their long-term girlfriend after being on a long dry spell. One of my clients from my last boot camp 2 weeks ago had the first one-night stand of his life and actually got laid twice during the boot camp. And those are just a couple of many, many examples of people going from a place of total scarcity to ending up either sleeping with tons of women, building a harem, building a rotation, or just finding a long-term girlfriend. Whatever it is, getting the results they want that are based on escaping scarcity and finally getting into abundance. And the easiest way to make that identity shift from being a dabbler, from being someone who kind of takes action a little bit, but not enough to get the results you want, to being someone who's taking this seriously, to making more progress in one weekend than most guys who watch pickup videos, red pill videos, dating advice videos, more progress in one weekend than most guys do in an entire year. And that's even just based on the amount of approaches I'm able to get my clients to do. And that's not an exaggeration because on average, my clients on a group boot camp do 100 to 200 approaches during 3 days, which is more than most of my clients have done in the last year, if not their entire life. And that's not even mentioning the constant feedback and iteration, finding what your blind spots are, what's holding you back, and helping you fix them quickly. For me, it was never going direct. When I started doing pickup, I was so afraid of leaning in for the kiss, of telling a girl I found her attractive, because I learned, that's giving away your power or whatever. But I used that as a mask, and I would just talk to girls for like an hour. It would go nowhere, and then they'd say, "It was nice meeting you," pat on the back. I have to go meet my boyfriend and have sex with him, but thanks for giving me the validation that he didn't. That was the kind of interaction I would have again and again and again, and I barely got any results. But if when I started doing cold approach, I met a coach who observed me and saw that I was afraid to put my ego on the line and to move things forward, I would have cut easily a year off my learning curve. And that might not be your sticking point. It might be something else, but I'm going to find it. And there's going to be something, if not multiple things, that you're not aware of that are holding you back from getting the results you want. And it's going to be surprisingly easy to fix once you know what the problem is and I give you a solution. So if you're wondering what does half off mean exactly, my boot camps are normally $2K, and this one is $1K. So it's $1K for 24 hours of coaching. You'll get a pro photo shoot where you'll get a full new profile for dating apps, where you'll get 10, sometimes even 50 times as many matches on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. And I'll record some of your approaches, and this is not for, other people to watch on YouTube. It's just for you, and it's only with your permission, but it's extremely valuable. I'll record your approaches and then play them back with you and break them down, analyze what's happening so you can see yourself from a third person and be like, holy shit, that girl wanted to sleep with me. I just didn't see these signs and I didn't know how to move it forward. But next time I know exactly what to do, right? I'll analyze your footage the way I do with my own footage or of other coaches. So that's also extremely valuable, and you'll also get access to weekly group coaching calls for 12 weeks for free as a follow-up from the boot camp, because one of the biggest problems with in-person coaching is you have to have a follow-up plan. Like, having an amazing weekend is great. You make a ton of progress, you can get a lot of results, but you don't want to get stuck there and basically start spinning your wheels. So that's why you get access to small group coaching calls with me, where I'll help make sure that you keep getting better results every single week. Now, this bootcamp only has 3 spots remaining as of making this video. They will probably be gone within 24, if not 48 hours. They'll probably be gone within 48 hours. So if you want to guarantee your spot, you can click the link below to make a deposit, and then you'll get a free 1-hour call with me to talk about all the details and to help you get the most out of the program. Or if you're considering this, but you're not 100% sure and you're willing to risk losing the spot, you can text July 4th to the number below to talk about the details and to schedule a free call with me to see if you're a good fit. But like I said, the spots are very limited and chances are they'll be gone within a day or two.